So guys, I'm traveling. I've been driving since 3 o'clock. It's 8 a.m. But I had to stop by and update you because this is crucial what is happening. So we do have a massive dump on the market. And yesterday, there was a tweet saying that Israel violated the ceasefire with Iran. And then I posted in a Telegram. I have this free Telegram. It's completely free. You can join. I share my thought immediately when I can. And then I posted that I don't know if it's true, but it's bad if it is. Market feels heavy. We have a lower time frame rejection and a higher time frame order block. Close 50% of my leverage positions. This was literally before this massive dump. And I also posted in here and I said, as expected, there's a lower time frame rejection. If the lower point of interest breaks, the bottom line MSS, we're most likely going much lower. So this was this MSS. Now, if you look on the 15 minute, it's very clear that, so if you look at the 1 hour chart, I have very bad internet here, so bear with me till this thing loads here. But if you look at this, we have a 1 hour rejection here. A 1 hour. Again, if you've been following the channel, you know I've been guiding you through this. By the way, if you have not followed the channel, subscribe and smash the like. I'm bringing you these short form updates, whether I'm on the road, whether I'm in the studio, wherever I am. I just want to help you grow and navigate the market. So I told you that we have an hourly low break here, which was not a big problem because we seem to be bouncing from the 4 hour demand zone. And I said I'm not closing any positions because we are bouncing from a 4 hour demand zone. The problem is that it's elevator down, stairs up, and it was obvious that we were going to get a dump from here. And once I saw a 15 minute rejection in this higher time frame 1 hour order block, so you see this here is a 1 hour supply zone. Once I saw the 15 minute rejection here, you can see it here, first here, but then also a very clear one here. That was clear that we are going to dump. This is the first. This is when I actually tweeted it. This is when I actually tweeted and said that I'm closing my positions. And then the retrace, the same thing happened, and then a massive nuke on the news. But the market was already heavy. So where does that leave us with? Well, the good news is that it is probably coming back to the 50% on the daily chart, which is around this level where we are at now. So 3.84 is the level. I've been saying this on the shows and on the Telegram that we were probably going to get back here, and we did. So that's the good news. The bad news is that we have a structure that is not bullish at all. We have a high here, a supply zone that broken below even on the 4 hour chart. This is massive. We can reverse from here, but we need to see at least a 15 minute, but rather an hourly market structure shift. Now, how does that look? Very simply, I'm going to go down onto the 15 minute if my internet allows me to do so. Until then, you can just like the show. But we need to see something like this. And then a V-shaped recovery here on the 15 minute, and then obviously on the hourly. The challenge that we have now, and the reason why I think this week is going to be either chop or bearishness, is because the high on the hourly is so high that a V-shaped recovery would need some very strong news or very strong momentum. So what I believe is going to happen is that we're going to get a retrace here, a 50% retrace. If you have not sold your positions and you're over leveraged and whatnot, this is a great place to de-risk and sell some of your positions. I might even consider selling another 25-30% of my positions. So when we get the retrace here, if you're lucky, we are going to get that retrace. We're going to reevaluate. I'm going to update you here and in the Telegram as well, link in the description. But this is a great place to either add to the short or de-risk. Once we have that, we need to see still the V-shaped recovery. Therefore, continuation down is more likely. Now, this is the time when a lot of people, just very dumb people, comment and say, oh, so you're saying we might go up and down? Yes. So I'm saying is that the trajectory, short-term and mid-term, is unfortunately down, all the way down to 3.71 or even lower. I don't think we're going to break this low, but we'll have to see. The only way to confirm that the continuation is going to happen and we're going to go higher is if we see a market structure shift and a complete reversal on the higher time frame chart, which is the hourly and the 4 hour level. So if we don't see that, unfortunately, we are going lower. If you look at it on the daily chart, this is probably just a 50% pullback, which is nice because we took liquidity here. Until this breaks, we're completely fine. There was a 50% retrace on this level. We could possibly see a retrace on the weekly chart, which would still come above the daily level right here. So that's why I'm not really worried. Even if we come down here on week 3, if there is no close below this on the daily chart, we're extremely bullish. If, however, I don't even want to say it, but if there is a close below here on the daily chart, I think we're screwed. I do think the bull market is over. I really hope that's not the case, but all I'm doing is reading the chart. So guys, two things I want you to do: one, subscribe to the channel; two, smash the notifications on, turn the bell not on the channel here. And then the third out of the two that I wanted to ask you is to join the Telegram, because I literally posted this trade here. I literally posted it in here. Today morning, that trade was up at 23%. But today morning now, unfortunately, I got locked out because I'm in a different country, because I'm traveling through. But now it's at 60% profit. So I just want you to, I'm actually going to just post it in there in the it's actually 66%. I can show it to you here. So it's 66%. I don't know if you will see it, but it's 66%. I'll post it in the Telegram, and if you took that, that's good. So just turn on notifications on the Telegram, turn on notifications on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and come back for another one. I might do another update today, depending on how this goes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.